That, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, James. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Reynolds School Project Building Committee. It is December 7th. It is, I gotta look at my phone, 5:19. James, could you do the roll call, please?
Certainly. Commissioner Duggan,
Here.
Commissioner Wetzel,
Here.
Councilor Rada,
Here.
Chairman Woods.
Here.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you, James. Next item is public participation, and we have nobody with us.
Nobody with us.
So we'll move on. Next item is take action on prior meeting minutes. We have one, the meeting of November 16th, which I would entertain a motion that we approve the minutes.
So moved.
Thank you, Carol. And a second?
That was Kim.
Oh, Kim, sorry, Kim.
For some
you,
reason,
Kim.
my video isn't working. I'm here at town hall, so I don't know
We
what.
appreciate very much that you're with us. And was there a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
All right, thank you, Carol. Any questions, comments, concerns? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is take action on potential change orders. Rich? Good afternoon, Rich.
So, change orders for this meeting. We just have 3 of them on here, PCOs 192, 193, and 195. These all relate to some overtime that crews have been working, either 10-hour days that they've been doing or Saturdays. And we're continuing to do that to kind of recover some of the schedule here to meet these turnovers for coordination with the school for their breaks. So the values here are the differentials in the regular time rate and the overtime rate for the carpenter and the electrician. Those have been our critical path trades to meeting this turnover. So we've been working them some extra hours during the week, and there's a cost associated with doing some of that work. So the total for that so far, it comes out to $10,642.81. And we are continuing to work some more of that the next week and a half to 2 weeks here to meet these turnover dates.
Anybody have any questions? And you remember I told the committee about this, I think 2 meetings ago, because of some of the conditions we had with the floor problems and issues that we had in B wing and also EF wing, the slab on grade, which is not all slab on grade. So that did set us back a little bit in order to make sure that we met that December 15 construction deadline for a turnover to the school on the 21st. We needed to spend, we'll spend probably right around $18,000 and $20,000. Shouldn't exceed that. So I would entertain a motion that we approve PCO 192, 193, and 195 in the amount of $10,642.81. Now go ahead.
I'll make the motion that we approve 10,642, whatever.
Okay, 10,642.81. Right. Motion made, and someone second it, please.
Second.
Thank you, Kim. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And the motion passes unanimously. Next is take action on invoices. We don't have very many. Eileen?
Do you want me to share this? Okay.
Yes, please.
One moment. All right. We have 3 Meyer invoices. We have the relocation, which was for the cafeteria kitchen area, and that was $684. I think that's the lowest, one of the lowest cost moves we've had. That was just a quick one. And then we have the 2 regular monthly storage for books and tables. We have $268.80 and $285.60. Then for KBA, monthly invoice $16,227.55. This is their monthly services through, I have to just move my screen for a second, sorry, through 11/30. So services for November. And then CSG, we have an invoice for $10,028.25. So the total is $27,494.20. Anyone have any questions on the invoices?
Thanks, Eileen. And Kim, your camera's up and working.
Yeah, it's because it's always turned off for council meetings. That's why I couldn't figure out why I had no video, but.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion that we approve the invoices, 3 invoices for Meyer, the monthly invoice for KBA, Castle Booze, and CSG, Construction Service Group, and a total amount of $27,494.20. Somebody could move that.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Carol. And the second?
Second.
Thank you, Jeremy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Next item, architect's update. Jennifer.
Okay, let me share this. So recent design activity is the same as it's been generally, with our responding to contractors, submittals, RFIs during our site visits, also coordinating the furniture and reviewing invoices for furniture and the contractor's applications for payment, as well as proposed change orders. The proposed change orders you reviewed tonight, we did review those as well. And that was, an agreement, I guess, in discussion between Newfield and the owner. So we didn't really see any issue with passing those. They're just not the normal, but over time is our normal review. We also reviewed application for payment number 18, which is just for roofing. And that I think is going to be presented this evening as well. And that we recommend for approval. And the last comment I have, I know Amy's not there this evening. I know she was concerned about some of the signage in the parking area and drives. And I haven't forgotten about her request to look and review that. So that is still outstanding with KBA and the owner. So we're still looking at that to see if any changes should be made to signage. So I'm still tracking that, haven't forgotten about it, but I don't have an update about any changes at the moment that are being made, but I'm keeping an eye on that and still discussing it. And that is it. Are there any questions?
Thanks, Jennifer. Anybody have any questions? I just have one, Jennifer. Oh, go ahead, Carol.
I'm not sure if this is the place for it or not, but the first grade teachers asked me to bring up to the committee. They have a concern with the cubbies, that they're very small. And they want to know, is there any consideration or is there any way to make those cubbies a little bit larger now that it's winter? The kids are having a really hard time fitting their backpacks, their Chromebook, and their winter coats. And they're concerned about what's going to happen when they start bringing boots in and have to change to their shoes. So the cubbies do look pretty small. they seem like they're the same size that kindergarten and preschool have. So that was just a concern that first grade teachers asked me to bring up to the committee.
I do know a similar question. I can't recall if it was first grade in particular, or if it was a general comment. It might have even been kindergarten. We did get a question, I believe, through CSG, through Eileen, from staff asking about cubbies. We did respond to that, not necessarily making any changes at this point. That work is complete. Sizes and dimensions, layout, quantity was previously reviewed during design, but I will I'll check back again. Eileen and I will discuss that further.
Yeah,
see
I'll
if
chime in quickly too.
Thank you. Do you have any comment? Because I don't want to ignore that concern.
All right, so we had a move meeting on site today, and Lou, Jason Smith, and I walked and have a couple ideas. I need to talk to Steve. I have not had the opportunity to do that yet. So it is something, Carol, that we are looking into along with Jason Smith and Lou.
Okay, I know I wasn't at the last meeting, and a particular teacher looked through the minutes because she had thought it was going to be brought up at the last meeting. So she was concerned that it wasn't discussed at the last meeting. So that's why I'm bringing it up here. But thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Thanks, Carol. Jeremy.
Okay, so I'm doing my due diligence here. I told the PTO I would bring this to the council's attention. I guess from what I understand, they just had a book fair out in the hallway as they run many functions out there. And there's not enough outlets, I guess, according to them. So they'd like a few more outlets installed in the in the hallway, if possible. Just because I guess apparently they have a lot of electrical need out there. So if that's possible, I think that'd be great. I know usually when they vacuum, these vacuums have big long cords, so it's probably not an issue at all. But I guess sometimes when they run these booths and things in the hallways, that's all.
Okay, thanks,
Thank you.
Jeremy. The only question I have for you, Jennifer, do we make any progress on the code storage for the teachers? Has that been resolved, or is that still open?
I want to defer to Eileen. I don't know if I had responded that some options, ideas, but
Seems like it's
that's where I left it. I did send options, ideas, potentials, but I'm not sure as a whole where everybody stands with responding to that.
Yeah, so that issue is still open, waiting to address that with Jason Smith. So I know Jason Smith, Lou, and I talked about it, but Jason Smith himself hadn't received any word about it. So he was waiting to hear, but he knows that it has been brought up here as an issue. So I will go back to him again and Lou, and we will have an answer for you for next meeting.
So does he
Or
want
an update for you.
Yeah. Does he want to get direction from Lou, or does he want direction from the building committee? What kind of direction is he looking for?
Well, usually Jason gets most of the complaints, or teachers
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, it's so when it goes to him, it's something that we discuss, but apparently this issue hasn't gone directly to him.
Okay, so this kind of bypass him.
It's only been brought up in this forum.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can't work on it in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And come up with some sort of solution. And even if that solution's no solution, but let's resolve it. Well, hopefully we can do something good.
I agree. I think there's various options that were put on the table, so.
Okay, I
We'll
do. I
discuss
remember
those
your
again.
memo that went out, yeah. Thank you, Jennifer.
Sure.
Next is owners, project managers update. Eileen?
All right, I am off mute. Thanks everyone for showing up. We appreciate it. All right, so we have gone to several meetings. We have our weekly meetings and OAC meetings. The progress is moving along. We're resolving issues internally, and today we had a move meeting going over all the logistics for moving out of D-Wing into E&F, and then we also have to do some double moves, so just making sure that we have things taken care of. We're going to start furniture on the 18th. The space is looking good for E&F. We are being told we're going to be able to move in there starting the 18th, so furniture will begin on that day, and then on the afternoon of the 21st, we'll be moving in there, and the kids will actually end up having a half day in there on December the 22nd. So lots of things going on. We did review the change orders and approve that 10,642.81. And also the application for payment for the roofer in the amount of 315,374.36 we also find acceptable. Does anyone have any additional questions, comments?
Doesn't look that way. Thank you, Eileen.
Thank you.
Next item is other business pertinence committee. We do have 3 items. First is approve the 2024 meeting schedule. Anybody have any issues with those dates? That sticks with the 1st and 3rd Thursdays of the month, except for 4th of July falls on a Thursday. So we moved the meeting 1 day earlier, the 3rd. Other than that, it's open for discussion. And if you have no issues, we will make a motion to approve these.
Motion to approve.
Thank
Second,
you. Second by Carol. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Next is Newfield's payment rec number 18. And that is in the amount of $315,374.36. And I would entertain a motion that we approve this for payment.
I'll make a motion to approve it for payment.
Thank you, Carol. And second,
Second.
thank you, Kim. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I,
Anyone opposed? Motion passed unanimously. One more item, approve encumbering funds, excuse me, for additional IT work. It's a small amount of money. Eileen, do you want to share with us what the background is in this? Or are we just adding another 975 auto system with flex mic?
Yeah, let me just open this quick. All right, so this is a change to the light speed system. I don't have Craig here to explain this, but we did need to make a change on the stage area. And so this has some different components. So there is an additional charge for this system, which is 1,602.
All right, so this has just come out of our IT account, right? Or IT line item.
Yes, and we can move a little bit of money around as well.
Okay.
So to make sure that this is covered.
Okay, so then I would entertain a motion that we approve the quotation / invoice for Lightspeed Technologies in the amount of $1,602. Just do something. Thank you, Jeremy. And a second,
Second,
Carol, thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
We're right up to public participation, and we still have
Nobody with us.
nobody with us. Next item is comment.
Steve,
Yep,
I'm sorry, can I interrupt you for a second?
yep.
We do, I'm sure they probably want to see the construction manager's updates, the pictures, etc.
You know what? I crossed it off. Rich, I apologize. I skipped right over you. I am sorry. Let's go back to that.
No problem. I was going to bring it up, but Eileen beat me to it.
I was trying to get you an early night.
All right. Right now we're working inside the building, obviously, on this E&F wing. The turnover in there for the 15th, the Friday the 15th is what our scheduled date is. We're obviously aware we're going to be working a little bit into the weekend after the 16th there. Getting everything ready for the move on the 18th as far as the furniture coming in. So in the corridor, we do have the wires hung for the ceiling. We've got the walls painted. The lockers are arriving and being installed on Monday. That's a one-day install for them. So we're working right now. The classroom's going out. So the sprinkler drops are getting installed in the ceilings. Light fixtures are being installed as well. You can see here the ceiling grid is in place. Millwork is in. The prime and first coat of paint is on the walls, and the flooring and base are being installed. So we're working north to south right now, finishing up through these classrooms, getting ready for the owner's furniture moving in here. So the painters here on site every day. All the trades are working through a pretty detailed schedule that the foremen have come up with on site to work through to avoid overlapping trades in the same rooms. So a lot of our finishes are rolling through. Like I said, the millwork, it's all on site. A majority of it is now installed, including the window sills. So the flooring is following in right behind the millwork. Obviously, you can see here we are protecting the flooring as we go. But our big push right now is mechanical drops. So the ductwork is going into the grid. Lighting controls are being installed as well as power for the mechanical systems. So large part of the mechanical systems are complete. They are fed from power-wise, they are fed from the media center electrical closet. So obviously working in that area during the day isn't available to us. So we are working on this Saturday with the electrician to make all of his final power runs into the space. He needs about a day to do all of that, to make the final connections so we can start up all of our equipment. We do have factory reps scheduled for startup in the next week or so. So they're going to be out there doing equipment startups, but we are maintaining good temperature and humidity for the paints and the glues part of the floor. So we're having no environmental control issues in those places. Here again, you can see floor is down. This room, the light fixtures are in. The TV brackets are installed on the walls. So we're about ready to have owner's IT come in and do their portion of their installs. Again, the electrician in this room is installing his lights, including the ones in the soffit you can see the wires hanging down for. So we are working through, like I said, again, north to south. So pretty typical of the classrooms right now is flooring going in. We are putting the trim pieces on the windows around the steel columns that are in there. So that work continues, like I said. And as you can see here on the left side, we've got the marker boards and tack boards on site as well. Brackets are connected. Those are the small rectangles you see on the wall. So we're working through finishes right now, and just pushing for that furniture start date on the 18th. And we've got the demo contractor lined up to be in on the evening of the 20th to take down the barrier walls that separate construction area from the school area. We've been in contact with the building official and the fire marshal as well, letting them know where we're at with our installs and scheduling their inspections so we can close all the ceilings up. We do have the fire alarm testing scheduled with the fire marshal as well on the 14th. Everything's pretty well along for that. We don't anticipate any issues here. We've got a good relationship we've had with the building officials, and we keep them informed on where we are with everything. So we do have some exterior on the exterior of the building. The metal panels are installed. There's some cleanup we obviously have to do on the site. So we have the fence scheduled to come down on the 14th and 15th, getting ready again for the owner's occupancy in this phase. So we'll clean up the site as well a bit around there. And we're getting ready to start the media center wing. Right now, the demo is scheduled for December 26th, Tuesday, right after Christmas. So the students will be on vacation that week, so it'll be a good time for us to start. So we're obviously still in contact with Lou and Eileen and Jason Smith as well for coordinating their moves into these spaces and keeping everyone informed on where we are with everything. Anybody have any questions?
Okay, Rich, thank you. Sorry for skipping over you.
No problem.
Brings us back down to comments by members. Anybody have anything to say before we go? No? Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Carol. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned. Thank you very much. Kim, thank you very much for attending, because without you, we wouldn't have been able to have this meeting tonight. So thank you.
It was perfect timing.
Good. Good. I'm
Our
glad.
orientation finished and I just moved to another room.
Great. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Have a
Right.
good night,
Have a
everybody.
great night.
5:46.
And have a
Happy
good
holidays, everyone.
Yes.
Thanks, same.